morning. It is the 10th of September 2025. So the word today is sufficiency. Sufficiency. It's a very beautiful and powerful word because what do we need today? Strength, skill, safety, purpose to complete our tasks, to be healthy and to endure viruses that are all around us, to be our immune system, to be sufficient to protect us from sickness, spiritual, who knows, attacks from dark side to try to cause trouble, an accident, a speeding ticket. So the word is sufficiency. And every person on this earth today that's not a hybrid, that can be saved because they're human, can claim for themselves sufficiency. They can walk and they can move in a mind that believes that everything they need is available to them to be successful in what they're doing. I just saw a young lady walking on the road in our town before I got on the highway, and she looked familiar, but she was walking. She wasn't in her car. She had a bunch of bags hanging on her. It looked like she was distressed. And I was like, Lord, give that young lady whatever she needs to get through this period of her life. Whatever the problems may be. Broken relationships, abuse, maybe she had an abusive situation she was in, nobody knew about. Disappointment from not getting into whatever she wanted to get into academically, or just whatever it is, God, whatever. Give her the belief that you are all sufficient for her problems. And isn't that the game today? Isn't that the battle today? That the enemy, in that he's in the air with all his lies, trying to deny that God even exists, let alone he loves and wants to save every human being. But that he exists and that he's there and he's available. Is that not the battle of the mind? To believe that God is sufficient to fix any problem that we face. But what's the challenge? What's the setback? What's the dilemma? Is to believe that he is sufficient. That God alone is sufficient. You don't need God plus this. God plus this program. God plus this person. God plus this relationship that you want. God and that thing is sufficient. No. God, in the completeness and the scope and the immensity of who he is and his knowledge of you and your circumstances, is sufficient to help you get through whatever you're in today. For by him, through him, and to him are all things. Romans chapter 11. And that's in the context of dealing with the mystery of God's restoration of Israel. It's a mystery. But by him, through him, and to him are all things. And I talked about Ephesians 4. When Jesus came down, he descended, he went to the lowest parts of hell. He preached to the sons of disobedience, and then he ascended on high. So as a human, when Jesus could do that invisibly, as the angel of the Lord in the old covenant days, previous covenant. But when he became a man, his man personhood Jesus Christ, Yeshua, went to the lower parts as a man. Yes, he was not in body in hell, but he went down after he died, and he preached his beautiful life and his salvation and his deliverance and the ark that was built by him and in the days of Noah that consigned the sons of disobedience to the bowels of hell. So he filled up all things. He's above all things. So what am I doing here? I'm encouraging you in the truth. The Spirit of the Lord, as we learned yesterday, leads us and guides us into all truth. What's the biggest problem today? We live in a sea of lies. We operate in a toxic chemical system, sewage system, every day when we turn on the TV or look on our apps on the phone. It's toxic, and we don't know how toxic it really is. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking. To tell you that God is sufficient for you. Listen to the words that were said to the tribe of Judah at the end of the book of Deuteronomy, when the blessings were told and spoken over all the 12 tribes, which still exist today, guys. The 12 tribes didn't disappear into a vapor. Yes, they're spread to the far corners of the earth, but they still exist. The spirit, the genealogy, it's hidden in family trees that they don't even know they're connected to the tribes of Reuben or Naphtali or Gad or Asher. They don't know it, but they're connected. God knows everything about the blood of humanity, where all the family trees went when they were dispersed. God knows, and only God could know. Think about all the people that had been buried at sea or died at sea. Their bodies were buried in the water. And then they decomposed, or the fish ate them and all that. Yet God can recompile them for the day of judgment. For God is in all things. He sees all things. He is aware of all things. There's no hidden thing. Psalm 139, no matter where I go. Should I go to the depths of Sheol? Should I go to the height of heaven? God is there. So God is sufficient because he's able to go anywhere and do anything at any time to fix a problem. If you come to him and exclusively come to him, naked and undone, he can solve your problems because he's sufficient. So the promise to Judah in Deuteronomy chapter 33, 33. I'm sorry. So this is the heritage of the congregation of Jacob. So this is Moses declaring prophetically the future of the 12 tribes. And he goes through each one. And he said to Reuben, live and not die, nor let his men be few. Prosper the womb of his seed. And he said to Judah, the tribe that Jesus in his genealogy comes out of, hear, Lord, the voice of Judah. So he's saying, when Judah cries out, hear their cry. Because they're going to be in battles. David comes out of that. He's a warrior king. Bring him to his people. Let his hands be sufficient. So think of David in the times of the wilderness when he was being hunted like a dog by Saul to be wiped out. That would have wiped out the Davidic line of kingly authority because he was yet to be king, installed on his throne. He was yet to be over all the earth and deliver the blueprints of the temple to his son Solomon. If we don't have David's kingly existence and all the things he did while he was king, and the psalms he wrote, the songs he wrote, he had to be brought to his people. He had to be preserved in all that trouble. And God listened to David and brought him to his people. Let his hands be made sufficient for him. And may you be the help against his enemies. So what are our enemies today? Our sin, our flesh, to fight against the good. Our thoughts can be negative against the good. Our body could be negative against us. It's not cooperating. It's not operating the way it's supposed to. So sufficiency is to win. When we get everything we need, we win our battles. So today, let that word ring inside of you. Sufficiency. Believe that God can give you whatever you need today to come against whatever's against his will for your life, which is prosperity, which is abundance, which is health, which is mental peace and stability of soul. That's God's will for you, and he is able and willing to help you, but you got to come as you are, not with conditions like you're going to barter with God. No, he wants you naked and undone. Turn your life over. I have to do it every day. Every day I got to sacrifice my will on the altar of his will, his purposes. But they're good. He loves us. He's full of kindness and loving kindness and compassion. That's our God. And we live in a world that Satan runs. Me and my son talk about that. He does run the world. But Jesus doesn't look at that and say, well, that doesn't mean that you can't do what you want. Just because Satan runs most of humans and empires and nations doesn't mean we can't execute our plans. That's what Abraham did. That's what Moses did. That's what David did. They executed the plans that God gave them, no matter what was in front of them, including Satan's nations that hated them, like Edom and the Philistines. Whatever was against them, when they submitted to the Lord, they won. Let Judah's descendants return to their people. That's my prayer for my family. That's my prayer for your family. May God bless these words.